Her life was like a fairy tale, but with twists so shocking you might not believe it. From humble beginnings to extraordinary heights, and then to challenges that would break most people. Her story is one you simply can't forget. But what truly happened along the way, and how did she find the strength to keep going when everything seemed lost? It all began in a small, unassuming town. She wasn't born into wealth or fame. There were no silver spoons or red carpets waiting for her, but she had a spark. Something that set her apart, even as a child. It was a mix of determination and a little bit of magic in the way she carried herself. People who knew her back then say she had this energy, this belief that she was destined for something more. As she got older, opportunities came her way, and she grabbed them with both hands. Her talent was undeniable, and before long, the world started to notice. She stepped into the spotlight, and with that, everything began to change. Success came quickly, faster than she could have imagined. Her name was everywhere, and suddenly, she was living the kind of life most people only dream about. But fame isn't always kind. What seemed perfect on the surface was far from it behind closed doors. The pressure to always be on, to keep smiling, through the pain, started to take its toll. Friends turned into strangers, and strangers pretended to be friends. There were whispers, rumors, and headlines that weren't always true. And through it all, she was struggling to hold on to the person she used to be. Then, out of nowhere, everything fell apart. One moment she was at the top of her game, and the next it all came crashing down. People love to build you up, but they're just as quick to tear you down. She faced public humiliation, financial troubles, and the kind of heartbreak that could bring anyone to their knees. But here's where the story takes a turn. Instead of letting the world define her, she chose to rewrite the narrative. She disappeared from the spotlight for a while, focusing on healing and finding herself again. During this time, she discovered a strength she didn't know she had. It wasn't easy. It never is. But she refused to let the setbacks keep her down. When she finally reappeared, she wasn't the same person. She was stronger, wiser, and more determined than ever. She found a new purpose, something that gave her life meaning beyond the fame and fortune she once had. And the way she carried herself? It was like she had unlocked a part of herself that no one could touch, no matter how hard life tried. The most surprising part of her story is what she's doing now. You might think she'd want to reclaim her former glory, to show the world she still had it, but no. She's chosen a completely different path, one that's far more meaningful to her. She's using her experiences, the highs and the lows, to help others, to be a voice for those who feel unheard, and to remind people that no matter how dark things get, there's always a way forward. Her story isn't just about fame, fortune, or failure. It's about resilience, the power of starting over, and the beauty of finding yourself when everything feels lost. She reminds us that life is unpredictable, and while it's full of challenges, it's also filled with opportunities to grow and change. And now, here's the part that will leave you speechless. She doesn't regret a thing. Not the failures, not the heartbreak, not even the moments that nearly broke her. Because every single part of her story, no matter how painful, brought her to where she is today. And when you see where she is now, you'll understand why her journey is nothing short of incredible. If there's one thing to take away from her life, it's this. No matter what happens, you always have the power to start over. You're stronger than you think. And sometimes, it's the moments that hurt the most that shape you into the person you're meant to be. Her life is proof that even when the odds are stacked against you, there's always a way forward. And if she can do it, maybe, just maybe, you can too.